Scottish independence, we're talking about it a lot. Nicola Sturgeon's talking about it a lot. She's saying, this is in the eye, your take on this one, but she's saying, you know, constitutionally she needs Westminster approval on this, and she's saying, stuff that, I'm doing it anyway.
Well, she seems to be saying an awful lot, doesn't she? As she always does. She's full of her own narrative, full of her own importance, full of the fact that she doesn't get that most Scots do not want an independent Scotland.
Right, can I just ask you something? Right, so you're obviously Scottish, but you live in England, right? There's a lot of people up north who say, what's it got to do with you? She might say that. She might say that as well.
Oh, she probably does. Because, unfortunately, Miss Sturgeon doesn't, you know, she's not backwards and coming forwards and saying anything. My family still all live in Scotland, right? I've lived in London more of my life than I actually have in Scotland. However, I do see myself identify as Scottish, right? But notwithstanding that, she wants to break up the whole, the union. So, therefore, I do have a vested interest. I had 4 kids. My kids could not go to a Scottish university for free university tertiary education because they were deemed English. This woman is racist. The whole SNP faction are racist. They don't like the English. And yet they're more than happy to take the Barnet bung. And more often, and the other thing that I really don't like, and I'm quite passionate about this, is the fact that she is not called to account. She's in bed now with the Greens that gave her the coalition that enabled her to take the power and have her devolved government. She's no more than a regional councillor, to be honest with you. And she's keep banging on about this narrative. She's produced a 71-page RM paper to go forward for the Section 30 that they need to trigger to get the independence vote. She wants to push that to 2023.
But Claire, what about the argument that the political landscape's changed since 2014? Scotland didn't want to leave the European Union. They were forced to because of other parts of the UK. Is there a defence there, then, that this is a chance to look again at the position of Scotland if they're not being able to get their will enacted?
I get your point, right? But there's more to it than the removal of Britain from the European Union. If the SNP, I don't want to refer to people as she's or he's because I don't think it's particularly nice, nor, it's not proper. However, there has been no fundamental laydown of law or a fiscal policy that she would put in place to enable Scotland to become independent. Patrick Harvey of the Greens have now come out and said they don't want anything to do with nuclear armament, that they've got Coalport and Faslane. They don't want the North Sea oil. How the hell is this country going to stand on its own 2 feet? And they keep likening it to other European countries, geographically European countries like Finland, Denmark, etc. But she wants the arc of independence that the Republic of Ireland have. She'll push the country into dire straits that it is. And, you know, people bat on about the fact that it's once in a generation. The mortality figures coming out of Scotland at the moment would actually push mortality rates, you know, so badly. I just can't believe this.
I just want to really quickly read out one email on this because it is relevant to what Claire was saying. Colin says it's really boring that we start debates about Scottish independence on the basis that Scotland can't afford it. We all just watched a one-off tax on Scottish oil to bail out the entire UK. This is the position that creates the debate, not ends it. Should point out that a lot of the oil that is produced in and around Aberdeen isn't actually owned by Scotland, so it wouldn't be enough.
It's also finite.